fans. Tim Davis here. I'm a Joomla fan too. Welcome to my vacation live stream. Actually, there's a saw in the background. So listen, I'm not even sure if anyone's watching this. So if you are watching, say hi in the live stream. There is no number for watch and work live stream today because I'm on vacation and I didn't get the chance to get all my work done in order to get something out to say there were going to be no live streams for the next two Wednesdays, June, whatever today is. Let's see, it's going to be 14th, 7th, I guess is today, June 7th and 14th. But, so I thought I'd come on live and see what's going on. Hey, okay, there's Mary. Woohoo, enjoy my vacation. Yes. Hey, today's live stream, even though I'm not working, is still brought to you by mysites.guru. Head on over to mysites.guru, get a free site audit for your Joomla site. While you're there, check out all the tools and information that will save you time and money managing one or multiple Joomla sites. And yeah, you will really like that, mysites.guru. So head on over there. All right, so I've really not done much live streaming from my phone before or anything. Hello, Ivor. And so I thought I'd just hang out today. We could talk about what our vacation plans are or any plans we have coming up for the summer. And there's a chance just to say hi. And also, if I didn't live stream, I didn't know if you guys would see a community post or something like that. So what the heck. So here's what I'm doing here. I am in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. We flew here from Victoria yesterday. And we are at, flew from Victoria. Had to get up at, oh my goodness, 3:15 my alarm went off. So, oh my, that was hard. But we flew from Victoria to Calgary, then Calgary to Toronto, and then we caught an Uber to my daughter's house here on the other side of the city from the airport. It was about an hour. But it's still quite affordable for that. Like I think it was like $55. So, anyways, that was yeah. So we are here, and I had the best sleep I've had in at least a week, if not longer. I had like 10 hours of sleep last night, according to my Fitbit, and that was really really nice. So I am here. Today's Wednesday. I think it's the 7th, right? I'm here from the 7th until Sunday, whatever that is. I think that's the 11th. And then we're heading up to my parents' home, which is about an hour and a half north of here in the city of Aurelia. And we're going to be celebrating my mom's birthday on Tuesday. And then we fly home on Thursday. I guess that's the 16th. And then I'll be back in the office and catching up. And this is actually the third trip in as many months that we've been on. We were at J Day USA in Austin, Texas in April, and then we were in Banff 2 weekends ago for a conference, our Association of Churches, and then yeah, so this trip. Then after that, we don't have anything for the second half of June, nothing in July, and I think we have a family wedding in Calgary at the end of August. So I'm not trying to rush through this trip, but when this trip is over, I'll be home for a while. Ivor asked, when am I going to Norway? I guess I don't know. When is J Day Norway happening? Because I definitely would consider going. I'm at the place. I'm not quite at the place where I can just pick up and take off wherever. But hello, Alex. Alex is off to Faro, Portugal on Friday. And let's see. I got to see. Bring up messages here. For the week from Lancaster, UK. And UK is going to experience a heat wave this week. So you're getting away to escape the heat wave. Although it'll probably be warm in Portugal too, right? And hello to Bjorn. Thank you. Yes, I will enjoy my vacation. I hope that you guys can hear me okay. You got a helicopter flying over there, and I guess there's a neighbor doing something with a saw nearby. Anyway, so I was saying I don't want to rush through this trip. I'm just going to enjoy it. It's a nice time with family, and but we are looking forward. We will also enjoy having a long stretch of stuff ahead of us that nobody without trips planned. Ivor says almost 30 degrees there at the moment. Wow. And Bjorn says Norway J Day is every day. That's the spirit. Yeah, so, uh, and Alex off to Faro, Portugal, or Faro. Who knows how that's which way that's pronounced. So yeah, it's good to take a break, especially for those. Oh, Alex is going to purchase a sub to migrate me forward when he gets back, as he has too many sites to migrate. That sounds great, and I do the support for Migrate Me 4. So Alex, if you have any issues, and you contact support, that you're gonna be sending an email to me. Yeah, that's actually one of the things I am keeping an eye on while I'm on vacation, because as people buy that or need some help, there's just tends to be just little things to get them going or figure things out. I have a dance school in Ireland right now that's using MM4 that's having some issues. I think they just don't have enough space in their hosting account to be duplicating the site that many times. Oh, Access, that's the only reason he's doing it. Well, good, that's flattering, Alex. And then there's another site that was having some issues, and I believe, oh, that's right, there was a plugin after their migration. Excuse me, after their migration, test migration, there's a Geshe plugin that was still enabled, and that was causing them a problem. So, yeah. Usually the issues that come up from Migrate Me 4 are just little ones. There's a float plane flying over. I wonder if you. Oh, that's right in the sun. I shouldn't shine the sun in your face. Anyways, yeah. So I am keeping an eye on the support there for that. I have I have a website who I think I've mentioned before. It's a funeral home. The comments on memorial pages need to be moderated, so every now and then I pop in and take a look at those. And what else? There's one other thing that I've had two clients accept quotes that I had out to them for migrations, and so one I'll be able to. Well, actually, sort of where I'm at in my business now. I'm going to be just working at getting those done. I think this one site, my guy in Thailand is going to be doing that migration, and I've talked a lot about that before. The next level for me in business is building a team, and I'm terrible at delegating and passing things along, and so I'm going to keep working away at that. So we'll see what I get done during the holidays and that. But the temptation is you can just work, and I should enjoy this time off. If you've been watching the news, there are fires in the province of Quebec, wildfires, and the smoke is being blown this way. So it's actually, I can see some blue sky now. So we're in one of the thin areas. But if you go to firesmoke.ca. Excuse me, firesmoke.ca. You can see the forecast for wildfire smoke. I think they probably do around the world. I know for sure North America. But yeah, so we've just been taking it easy here. My grandson is at school. We were supposed to go watch him at a field trip today, but because of the air quality, they can't. The field trip was actually a cross country race. Because of the air quality, they canceled the races. So they want to save those kids little lungs, and so we're just having it easy here. Ivor says he heard that New York was the most polluted town in the world yesterday. Yeah, I know that Ottawa, the nation's capital, Canada's capital, on the scale of air was like at a 12 or something like that, 12 out of 10. So it gets pretty bad. We've had the same thing in Victoria on the west coast when we have wildfires, and it is apocalyptic, is how my wife described it. Especially when the sky is really full of smoke. When it's thick, it adds a brown to everything. Even the colors change, and you almost question whether your eyes are filtering everything properly. So, anyways, all right. So some things in work for the channel coming up. I had someone email me the other day asking for help, and they said that they really wished that there was a really good content paywall in Joomla, so that people could so that they could have it, so that people had to buy subscriptions so they could read the content. And that got me to thinking that I got looking at extensions of what could be used for that. And long story short, I ended up in a discussion with Ruud van Lent and from OCH for Online Community Hub, and asked him about that. He has an extension, OCH subscriptions, but I also asked him if there's any way to do a paywall or that. And he said there's a way to do it core in Joomla. And he kind of explained it, and it made sense to me. But the missing thing is someone reading the article and then getting a message saying, if you want to read the rest of this article, or if you'd like to read more articles or whatever, then buy a subscription. And so Ruud is taking a look at that, and so he might come on, and we might do a live stream. Mary says she uses Membership Pro to do this on several sites. Okay, cool. I think, I mean, I know how to do it to set the, as Ruud was saying, you set the article so that the intro text shows, but that if someone wants to see more, they can't see it. But I guess what I'm be interested in doing or seeing set up is something that where you go to the web page, you view more, and there's some messaging. So it could probably be done. Anyways, the nice thing is Ruud is working on that, and he's going to come on as I think he's going to come on as a guest. Alexander Gomez Carmana, how can we use search with Paste Builder? I think that was what you said, right? Let's see here. Just a sec. I'm tapping on my screen here to read things. Anyway, so I'll finish that thought. Ruud is gonna. I think he's gonna come on the live stream, show the setup in the core, and then I invite him to show how to use OCH subscriptions as the SEO. As the paywall for that. So I'm sure that it can be added there. Okay, I cannot see. Okay, how can we use search with Page Builder? Yes. Okay, so you're talking about the Joomla search with Page Builder. I think that's probably a question that there's probably a number of answers to that question. I believe if you're building your pages with Page Builder CK, that the Joomla search will continue to work because Page Builder CK builds its pages inside of the Joomla article structure. All right, the native Joomla article structure. When you and Vinny says he loves some Membership Pro. Yeah, so inside the article structure, then it will work in search. That's what I think. Now, other things that have their own area, such as I think UTheme Page Builder has its own area, SP Page Builder has its own area, that I am not sure of, and probably would be best, Alexandra, to whichever page builder you are using. Yeah, feel free to put that in the chat, which page builder you're using. Whichever page builder you're using, you would probably best check with them to see how they can do it in search. They might have their own search function as well. But that said, I don't know if in Joomla 4 if Smart Search is smart enough, if that's included, to go in to look in other page builders and that. So I'm not sure, but that's probably will help you to track things down. What else is coming up? I'm hoping to crank out more videos. Right now, making videos, probably the bottleneck for me is the computer. It's the process I've got on my computer. My computer is probably 10 years old now. I think it was 10 years old in May. I'm going to, and I've talked about this, I'm going to add a computer to my office, and I'm going to use it for video. But And I've been waiting to do that until my year end was done. I have to file my corporate year end, and there's, I guess, the way I've been doing my books is a little bit wonky. So the accountants are fixing that up for me. Also, we have in British Columbia Workmen's Compensation Board, which basically, if you're injured on the job, you get medical, you get therapy, you get physiotherapy, you get retraining, you get paid while you're off the job. All companies have to pay that. And since I incorporated in December of 2020, I've never registered for it. I had someone helping me with my books who mentioned that I needed to do that, and I asked them to do it, and they didn't. It was just off my radar. As you know, I can only manage so many administrative things at once. But anyways, when my accountant went to do taxes this year, they asked, "Oh, how much did you pay in WCB?" And I said, "Oh, you know what? I still have to sign up for that." And they said, "Would you like us to?" And I said, "Yes, please." Alex says he had a PC for over 10 years. And just a sec, I've got to bring the chat back up here. Um, and you've put an SSD for 30 pounds into it. And it works like a dream. Yes, Alex, I've already done the SSD in my computer. I'm actually going to keep this computer, that 10-year-old one, and it does have an SSD in it. But I'm going to keep it for emailing and a bunch of other things. It's still working great for that. But the video crunching is super slow. And especially now, I've got this great editing tool, Audiate, works with Camtasia. So when I it will, it translates, it transliterates, whatever it is. It does the captions. It listens to what I say in the videos, it does the captions, and then I can edit the videos based by cutting out on what I read and different takes and that. So it works really well. But it's kind of it's slow on this current computer. And then when I have video crunching on this computer, it slows down the work that I'm doing. So I'm going to add another one, and then that's going to free up that's going to free up bandwidth on my main working computer. I'm also going to use that new computer for live streaming. I'm going to switch to using OBS from Streamlabs OBS. I found out that Streamlabs OBS is a terrible company. They keep taking things from other people. And so other companies and using it. And so, yeah, so some changes there, and then hopefully cranking out some more videos because the videos take a bit of work, the prepared videos. So if I can get it down so that once something is done, I can produce, like right now, if I make a 5-minute video, it maybe takes 10 minutes to process. I'd like to get it down to where I can record a 5-minute video and get it when it's time to produce the final version, get to produce in maybe 2 minutes or something like that. So that's a change that's going to come hopefully. But I have to get the year end done. I have to pay. Anyway, back to Workmen's Compensation Board, WCB. I have to. I'm going to have to pay what I did not pay since December 2020 when I incorporated, and it works out to something like 0.2% of my payroll. So once I get my year end filed, once I catch up on WCB, once I've paid whatever taxes I maybe have to pay for last year, I will know where I am financially, and then I'll be able to, hopefully we'll still be able to get this computer, but there you go. Now let me bring up some messages here. Michael says a real simple way for membership is to get the read more to go to a membership form. Oh, okay, yeah. Yes, and that's what I'm hoping Rude will show, and that will be nice. And I like having Rude on the live stream. I know last week it was Yannick Gauthier, and he's been on 3 times. I wonder how many times Rude has been on. Would this be his 3rd time or his 2nd time? It might be his 3rd time. Anyways, yeah, that would be great to have him on there. Vinny says that's why anyone he has working for you is a contractor, not an employee. And hello to WebCentric Sydney McSwain. Hi. Thanks for coming on chat today. Yeah, Vinny. Although up here, if I am regularly paying someone to do something, if they don't have their own company, the government frowns upon that and could still require me to pay, even though I'm doing it on a contractor basis. Um, I don't have to pay for people that are overseas that I'm paying. So my guy in Thailand and others once I get organized. But yeah, so if I had someone that lived in my community and I was paying them a lot of hours every week to um, to do work for me, um, unless they had their own company, and even then, I think they've got it. Like for instance, if I've got my company and I kept going to a workplace for another company. Let's say they said, "We want you to work two days a week here in our office," and I went and did that. They would, I think, in some circumstances, the government would consider me an employee and would expect all the deductions and taxes on that. So. All right. Hey, Sydney McSwain, where are you in the world? That's a new name here for the channel, I think. I don't think you've been on here before. And I think, Alex Walker, you've been on here before. I'm pretty sure I've seen your name before. Yeah, so that will be a change with that. I also anticipate that, here we are, June, whatever, today is the 7th. So 2 months and 10 days until the official end of life for Joomla 3, August 17th, 2023. So that's going to be a busy time, as well as more and more people, last minute people, start to panic and decide that, they better pay attention to that message in the admin area of their site. And so I think that's going to be busy coming up in July and August, and then of course afterwards, not only for people that are buying Migrate Me 4, but to use that, but noticing in the Facebook, the Joomla Facebook group, that or page, or yeah, I guess it's a group, that there are people constantly posting about questions about their migrations. And if correct me if I'm wrong, but are they talking about Joomla 5 being out in October? That will be interesting. That's going to be busy on the channel as well, as we talk about that and different things going on. And yeah, I tell you, I've got, it's, you guys are used to it. So I really would like to get the forum going on the cybersalt.com site. I just need to direct people to that when they ask questions, but I'm not sure of the state of it right now. So that would be good. Having said that, I am encouraged because I recently, and I don't know if I mentioned this in the channel before or not, but I recently started a document about how to gamify my business. So basically, in the business, I just started putting down the game is to own my own business. The business name is Cybersalt Consulting. And how do I win the game? I win the game by earning points. And when I have enough points, I can either retire or I can level out and just keep maintaining the business and doing the work that's there. So I've been slowly putting down, and of course the points are dollars, and I've just been slowly, and then it's like, how do you win, or how do you earn points? And I started prioritizing what are the activities and methods of getting leads, and what are the best leads that earn me the most points in my game. So what happens if I turn this sideways here? Oh, rotate device. Yeah, okay. I can't turn this sideways. So sorry, my eyes are. Yeah, I gotta keep them in the shade. So that really helped me to focus, because now when a lead comes along, and there's a couple of things, I have a choice to do a couple of things. I can and where I'm going to spend my energy. I'm focusing it on things that produce the most points, the best income for my business, and that kind of helped me get over the, those humdrums or glumdrums, where it's like, oh, what I'm going to do? I don't feel like working now, and so that is good. So I'm going to keep doing that, but I've also, there were just some repetitive tasks that I kept doing, things I kept typing out over and over again in reply to the same question, or to help with things for people. And I realized I really need to get these down into one place. So I stopped spending all this time typing, and I'll just free up the time and the brain power and everything to do that. So I have been doing more of those, more organizing things where I just have the text available to copy and paste, and not in a sterile way. But so, for instance, if someone's asked for help and I say to them, hey, I'd be happy to take a quick look at your website, just send me the login details, do this form, and then I have to find the URL of the form on my site. Instead, what I've been doing is I now copied that paragraph with the link. I saved it to a document in ClickUp, and now when someone asks for help and I say I'll log in and take a quick look at their site, I actually go to that document, copy and paste that paragraph, and I just put it in the email. And so it is nice. It saves a little bit of time, but it mostly saves the effort of going through all the routine and steps of getting the link and typing it out and fixing the typos in it. But I really find that once I get, the more of these things I get organized, the lighter the load on my brain, and and it's nice. I can use that energy for other things. I find administratively there's about 20 things a day that I can handle, and then I want to curl up in the fetal position. It's not quite that bad, and I'm getting better at it. But just the act of stopping and making myself get organized instead of typing it one more time and then saying, "Oh, I'll get this organized at some point." Just getting that done has been very has been helpful. So I'm hoping I'll just keep doing that, and the forum is one of the things I have to do on that. Getting more videos in place is going to help me with my goals of the Joomla training cohort, and yeah, so that's something else that'll be coming along the way. Other than that, whoops a daisy. Oh, sorry about that. Hope that didn't upset your stomach. I've got my phone in a case here that folds nice over the top of it, and I just accidentally let go and it swung away, and you saw the deck. I can probably, what can I do here? Here's some chat that I didn't see come in. Sorry. Alexandra Gomez Carmona. SP Page Builder. Use it in your site. Is page, oops. Is page, oh, hold on. The last chat here. Is Page Builder CK better? I'm going to say that I like Page Builder CK. It's very fast. I like it. Which is the best page builder. I think the best page builder is the one that you know the best and that produces the results that you want, doesn't slow your site down. And so Page Builder CK, there's a free version of Page Builder CK, a light version. I would just try installing it, and maybe even create just another Joomla site. Just do an install in your hosting. Get Page Builder CK, install it, and see if you like it. It's got a learning curve. The Template Creator CK and Page Builder CK definitely has a learning curve. But once you're over it, it is really, really nice. My wife is using Page Builder CK, no, Template Creator CK right now, and Page Builder CK to convert a site that she built in Gantry for Joomla 4, and so she's enjoying it. Mary likes it here in chat, and I think it's good. But having said that, I really think it's a shame. I really think it's a shame that that there are people that will just say, "Oh no, you should use what I'm using." I think they create a lot of unnecessary work for people that are using things that are just fine. So, for instance, through the channel, I get a lot of people asking for help. I don't. If I go on there and they have a Joomla 4 site and they're running gantry, and they're having an issue with something unrelated, I don't say, "Hey, you should don't use gantry. You should use what I use." There's a lot of people, and I see a lot of Joomla sites. There are a lot of people who are doing who are using a lot of stuff in Joomla. Have Joomla sites running with a lot of different combinations of software and stuff like that. So, and it's all good. It's all good. So, yeah, for sure, check out Page Builder CK and see if it floats your boat. And if it does, great. If not, then just keep, maybe you want to switch, maybe you don't. I don't know. But that would be, yeah. So that's my advice is, yeah, if you're using a page builder, use a page builder that you know that clicks with you, that enables you to do what you want to do, and that doesn't slow your site down. All right. So, um, yeah, Vinny says Joomla 5 in October. All right. So we'll be talking about that on the channel. And you know what? My initial thoughts about Joomla 5 in October is that it's probably a marketing mistake. I don't think marketing is behind it. And I will say that I don't understand all of the ins and out of versioning. I also know that the people who are doing the programming and that are more experienced in that whole department and area and understand those things, I defer to them because um, because I like when I'm good at something and know something, I like it when people appreciate and give me credit for what I'm doing. And so, since that's an area I don't know very well, I don't know why, I think part of the reason that for Joomla 5, and again, I'm saying this as an experienced person in that area of versioning, is that the jump from 3 to 4 was so huge that the idea is like, hey, we need to do smaller changes so it's less onerous on developers and on everybody, so that we don't have to keep doing these migrations. Now, I know for a fact that Joomla 5, it's not going to break anything in Joomla 4. So no worries about that. We've already seen that. And I agree that more versions more versions are fine. They certainly convey currency, not as in money and cash, but how current something is. And I'm absolutely fine with having more versions more often, if it's introducing changes along the way, and more changes, like smaller changes along the way that developers can keep up with. Uh, from my own perspective, and again, Joomla is a community of volunteers, so I'm not judging anybody. I'm not coming down. I'm not complaining in any way about people. Uh, um, what I don't know if you can hear that. That's my security camera at home telling me that someone is on my property, and my son-in-law is going there to do some sprinkler work for me today. Although it could be the mailman delivering things. Anyway, so I'm not saying this to criticize anyone. I'm just saying that with Joomla 5 coming out so soon after end of life of Joomla 3, and I get it, you don't want to have 3 open versions all there, right? You don't have Joomla 3, Joomla 4, and Joomla 5. But with it coming so soon after, and people delaying going to Joomla 4, and people struggling with the migration, that throwing something new in the mix is just sort of bit of static in the, even for the right reasons, is sort of a bit of static that will create issues, just create more confusion for people. Much like this garbage or recycling truck that you're going to hear in the background, it'll create a bit of a distraction. But again, I like to keep it positive on this channel, and I like to I like to be kind to everybody who's in the Joomla project, even people that create problems. I want to be kind to them, and so I'm not coming down on anybody about that, about Joomla 5 coming out. But yeah, it's definitely something we'll be talking about more. Now let me see. I gotta get some messages up here. Oh, okay. Um, Michael's. Oh, Ivor, struggle with converting pages. Chat's not staying away. Ivor says he struggles with converting pages that were made in JD Builder. Yes, that's the unfortunate thing. And of course, the risk of using a third party prod extension. And JD Builder is one that I promoted. Can't get away from that. It's one that I promoted, was um, super behind. Really liked, was really sorry when they discontinued it all of a sudden, and I did not see that coming. So yeah, then you have to move things out. So yeah, but yeah, they just have to get switched over, and it's work that has to be done. And although I will say this, when there's a lot of repetitive work like that, it is an opportunity to help people who need work overseas. And the reason that I say that is, and listen, it's not me saying hire someone overseas to do a horrible job and don't pay them very well. I'm not saying that. But when I talk about my guy in Thailand, he is a refugee. He's not allowed to work in Thailand. He fled for his life from his country. And I've been training him to do Joomla stuff just so that he can help with things. And he's coming along nicely. And I'm paying him extremely good wage for life in Thailand. And so some of the things that are repetitive like that, like converting one type of page to another page, I will have him do stuff like that, especially if it's a learning opportunity for how to build articles or to use Page Builder CK, which we use. And then but it's not my intent to have him do stuff like that forever. I would like him to find others to train to do other things like that. But yeah, so but I feel for you, Ivor, because to have a lot of pages to switch over, and yeah, and I do feel bad for having promoted JD Builder so strongly for it ending. I don't feel bad for promoting it because it was great. I thought it was on track to be the Elementor for Joomla. Elementor being a page builder for WordPress, but it happened, and there you go. So people that say use the core only, they win on this point in that case, because there's what the Ruud Van Lent calls vendor lock. Your content ends up in something that's not being continued. But again, there's lots of us that like to use page builders, and it helps us to do what we want to without having to learn huge um, uh, learn to do stuff in the core. I just a little bit distracted there because there is a jet flying overhead. And it took me back to when I was a child, because my parents lived in Toronto. We would come down from Aurelia, an hour and a half north, for a visit, and it would be warm weather like this in the summertime. It's summer is unofficially here, and there would be the sounds of the city, and you would hear the jets just overhead and traffic in the highway nearby, less than a mile away, and just took me back to my childhood. It was exactly like how it was at my grandparents' place. So, and that's why it's good to slow down on vacation. If I was inside working and not out here working, this doesn't feel like work for me live streaming, because I really enjoy getting together with everybody. And anyways, I don't know if I'll live stream next week, because it'll be my last full day with my parents. So anyways, it's good to get a break and get away from things. All right, next chat item here. Michael says, make templates in Gmail for repetitive stuff. All right, Michael, is there something in Gmail? Oh, that's going to be loud. Is there something in Gmail that allows you to just click something and insert text? Or are you talking about having a bunch of emails that are in draft form that you can copy and paste and use? Because if there's some kind of template, Or if there's some kind of template feature in Gmail, I'm not familiar with it, and I would love to learn more about that. I should look into it because that would be easier. That'd take one step of having to go into ClickUp my task management. But that's a good suggestion to have it handier there. Bjorn says his new and updated breadsea.com is up again. All right, I'm going to check that out later on. I won't hear on my phone here. All right, Michael says write a mail, save it as a template. And then, save. Okay. You write a mail in Gmail, and there's an option to save it as a template, or you just leave it as draft. I see that you said save as a template, so I'm going to assume that there's something. We'll check that out later on. Vinny is looking forward to playing around with UTheme. Yes, I saw that there's another UTheme session for everyone who had signed up for J-Day USA. Yeah, UTheme is all the rage right now. I think it's probably becoming one of the most popular, certainly the most spoken Michael says yes, but I think I asked two things. But I'm going to take that as a yes to save as a template. And if it's otherwise, then you can correct me. UTheme, yeah, a lot of things happening. We saw last week with Yannick Gauthier that his AI, by the way, I'm going to buy that before the end of the month. I have to renew I think it's for SEO with him, so I'm gonna buy that before the end of the month. I didn't get it before because it's okay. Michael says correct. I didn't get it before because because I'm gonna be on holidays for the next couple of weeks. Yeah, so UTheme, but he mentioned that his AI assistant will not work in UTheme yet, but there's something he'd have to do. I did see, I think it was DP Calendar just announced, or was it DP Appointments just announced today that they're compatible with UTheme or something like now. So UTheme is certainly coming along. Again, from what I've seen and a little bit that I've done on UTheme, very little bit, it's learning a complete system of how they do web pages and their features and functions, and really that's again, just like I said, the best page builder is the one you know how to use that can accomplish what you want without slowing your computer down. So for me, I don't anticipate that I'm going to learn how to use UTheme, just because I'm learning. Page Builder CK is sort of, I'm still on that learning track. And also I'm moving away, trying to manage projects and people. So if I start getting UTheme projects, then I will start looking for people that I can subcontract to do UTheme stuff. So UTheme Pro stuff. Next chat down here. This is great. I'm having a nice visit today, everyone. Thank you very much. Alexandra Gomez Carmona says thanks. Mary says that you even maintaining a few cough WordPress sites, and sadly you couldn't find a reason to convert them. Okay, yeah. I think that probably goes back to my comment that if people are using stuff, there's no sense just telling them to change for change's sake. WordPress also, Page Builder Template Creator CK works in WordPress. Mary, does Page Builder CK work in WordPress? I know Template Creator CK does. There's a WordPress version, so I've almost been curious just to get a hold of a copy of that just to try in WordPress, but again, time is of the essence. Let's fix my hair here in the old YouTube mirror. All right, let's see what else we got here. Alex says he really misses Appointment Booking Pro since the developer Rob Stevens from Canada retired. Hold on, lost the chat there. You use Joom donations booking component instead, but it's not quite as versatile for how you want it. Yeah, that's man, that guy retired. People shouldn't be allowed to retire when there's extensions. Yeah, that we want to use. Yeah, that's kind of I guess it's kind of sad when what we've been using, someone retires and it's not there anymore. But good for him for retiring. I retired. I've retired once in my life. I retired from pastoring local churches, but I retired without money. People say to me, "Hey, how's retirement?" And I said, "Well, I retired without money." So fortunately, I am doing Joomla, and that is it's nice to be making money on something that I enjoy, and that connects me with such wonderful people. So um, yeah, but when those features gone, and it's kind of interesting because not all extensions get picked up. When Android framework was picked up by a community, it's also picked up by oh, help me know who it was. I forget. Um, it's also picked up by, his name is Mark, and what other website? I think the one who does Easy Blog, if I'm right, picked up um, that. Other extensions, though, I know that Rude, his OCH subscriptions is based on another subscription. It might be by that same fellow. RD subscriptions, I think, was. He really, really liked it, but he found out that it was not going to be continued for Joomla 4 or person was trying or whatever the case was. So he adopted that and picked it up, and now he has it going. So he really liked it for himself. And I wonder what will happen in the future with Joomla extensions, because as we see more and more extensions offering more and more things, uh, there's more and more overlap between extension packages. So it's more likely that if somebody stops working on an extension or retires, that there's already the companies that are best suited to take over a product are already have something that does that. So I guess the big advantage would be, and value in taking over an extension would be the user base, because then you would be able to promote your services to the people that have used that. But let's see, live chat. Let's get back to the next message here. Michael says, oh, enable templates in the advanced tab of settings. Oh, okay. I'm going to do that, Michael. I'm excited about that. Oh, and Vinny says UTheme uses UIKit since they made it. And Vinny, we know, has a huge bromance with UIKit, and he does some amazing things with it. Mary says, yep, using WordPress template creator and Akiba backup, no page builder, using Beaver Builder for the page builder. Oh, okay, Beaver Builder. Yeah, I think that's a relatively new one, isn't it? Yeah, all right. In WordPress, I really like Elementor. I've the few web pages I've built in WordPress, I've done in Elementor. I like it, and I don't have many WordPress sites. I have a couple WordPress sites that are paying for my monthly management package, and so the amount that they're paying more than covers my professional membership in. Oh, we're just talking about the temp. Oh man, just left my brain. Elementor, and I use the free version of Akiba backup in Elementor. Hey Chuck, good to see you, man. Chuck, I'm farther east than you now than I am west. Uh, I'll tell you, Akiba backup in WordPress is the easiest way to move a WordPress site from one server to another, especially for us Joomla folk. Because in WordPress, if you move a site from one domain to another, or if you have, say, a core site that you use, or whatever, you have to change the URL in so many places in the database. And there's tools to do it, and I'm sure for WordPress people that do it regularly, it's like they've got it down. But I will say that the Akiba backup is great because it's just like in Joomla. Back it up, download it, move the JPA file somewhere, kickstart, and reinstall it on the new server, and the URLs are automatically updated. And that of course, is a huge advantage that Joomla has over over WordPress is that Joomla is menu driven and not URL driven. Um, I think I said that right. Anyways, yeah, so that's good. Um, and that is also, I think, came to my mind something. Oh, Akiba. That's something I need to get, and hopefully once I get the new, if I get the new computer, I need to have a really tight set of tutorials on how to back up with Akiba, how to restore with Akiba, how to move your website to another server with Akiba, and the different options there. Simply because I keep getting asked for that, and I think all I've ever done, other than the live stream on how to move a site, which was super long and would be hard for people to watch to figure it all out, I do get requests for that, and so that's something I need to catch up on as well. I am encouraged. ClickUp is working for me. I figured out I've learned how to use ClickUp to the point. In fact, a couple of weeks ago, I picked up something that will help me, and I'm slowly. I think that I'm going to be able to catch up in my business, and of course, you have to. But I can see the possibility, and I'm moving towards it. And my inbox is down. I used to have over 500 emails in it a couple of weeks ago. Now I'm down into I think the 300s of emails that aren't dealt with, and I am slowly catching up. I am behind on things that following up on leads and that, but I see personal growth inside of me that encourages me that I can get to the place where in my business I'm working on current things and then have free time instead of I'm always working catching up on things and then trying to deal with current things and never really having struggling to have rest in my mind, just knowing, hey, I can take some time and sit out here and hang out with friends here on a deck. Someone the other day, a couple of weeks ago, took me out for lunch, a guy from my church, and retired RCMP officer, Royal Canadian Mounted Police, RCMP. And we're just having a nice visit. And he looked at me and he says, "Hey, what do you do for fun?" I said, I'm not doing anything intentional for fun right now. I said, I'm working. We've got family, we've got grandkids, so that's good. We really enjoy our church, but there's nothing that I do intentionally just for fun right now. I would like to start playing Eve Online, which is a multiplayer game that takes place in space. I really enjoyed it. And that actually leads to why I started making that page about gamifying my business. That is because a couple of weeks ago I was thinking like I would like to play Eve, but I don't have a lot of time. So I could go back on there and I could just sell things on the market in Eve and make the ISK is the money that you make in Eve. And I could just sell things in the market and make ISK and just grow things, and that would be fun to do. And I realized, oh my goodness, here I want to do that in a game for pretend money, and yet here I've got all this work to do in my business where I should make that the game, and then yeah, and then sure down the road I'll let myself play a game online, but I got to get the real world game happening here. So um, yeah, so that's that will maybe come. What else we got here for chat here? Um, Alex says he couldn't find a developer to take it on. Yeah, I feel your pain, Alex. There's been a couple times uh, when Joomdev said that Asteroid they're going to stop developing Asteroid framework and JD Builder and that I considered buying that company buying that. But again, I could not get the developer that would. That was one of the missing pieces. The developer, and the developer. Yeah, hey, kudos to developers out there. The ones that are doing real. The ones. There are lots of great developers, very intelligent, very smart, and Joomla developers, and some of them many of them, they've got extensions. They're making a living off their extensions. They're trying to make a living off their extensions. And then there's others that are enjoying volunteering and being involved in projects, doing that. But uh, I've discovered that that it's hard to find developers to take on a new project or another project that you know are going to be able to stick around for the long time, and who are passionate about it. The reason being is that once you do something, you have to support it. So if let's see, if, when it comes to taking on extensions, suppose your neighbor's got an old car and says to you, "Hey, would you like to own part of this old car? We can take turns driving it. You're a mechanic, so would you do that?" Well, you think, okay, well, yes, I can, but the thing is that's going to be another project. If all you're doing is working on cars, that's going to be another project. And the thing is that if you've got your if that's the old car and you get it going, now you've got another car you have to take care of because you're in this deal with your neighbor. And so instead of going into a deal with your neighbor, which might be kind of risky, or car might break down, and and the car might break down, you're going to have to help them because that's part of the deal. Why not just have your own old car, which you can work on and take the same amount of work, and if it breaks down, you maintaining your own stuff, and you're not stuck in this other relationship. So that is one of the reasons, and I understand that's a good reason why some developers don't take on other projects because they've already got their own stuff. And then there are other developers who just aren't there yet, And so when it comes time to getting someone to take on a project, or if you buy something and you need a really good developer, I would be stuck if I didn't have if I bought a company and didn't have a developer. So that's why I did not buy Asteroid Framework or any of that stuff. There was another company I looked at uh, probably about 6 months ago, 6 December, maybe 10 months ago. Great company, really like the extensions. But I went looking and I contacted a developer who I knew would be committed if he took it on, but he was not able to take on new projects, and so I did not buy that one either. And part of the reason I did not buy that is because I am an old man. I'm in the second half of my life. Hello! Hello, Amron. Good to see you today. Hello in tomorrow. Yeah, I forget what that thought was just before I said hello to Imran. Anyways, oh yeah, so I'm not, second half of my life. I don't have many years left to recover from making a big mistake. And what I mean by that is that in my 20s or in my 30s, I probably would have thought I could put more brute force into some of these Joomla things that I haven't bought and that would work out, and I would try, and had dreams of doing really well. And if it had worked, great. But if it didn't work, I would have been out the money and the energy and the frustration. And but anyways, you have time to recover in your 20s and your 30s, maybe even your 40s. But I'm 57 years old, be 58 in November, and if I take all my energy and attention into a new project now on spec, and which takes away my attention from the things. Plus, now I've got to make money every month to keep eating, right? Uh, anyways, if I do that and it fails, I've not only been distracted and not made money. Not only wasted money probably and attention, but the biggest thing I've wasted is time. And I'm running out of time, to work. And so I've only got so much time to work and catch up from years. I don't have, what I did before this, I don't have a pension. So from a practical point of view, it's not that I'm averse to all risk. I am just risk adverse to really extreme risk because I've got what I do now needs to count, and so that's why on some of those things I did not venture to give it a try. All right, so live chat, all messages here. Vinny says if Peter from Regular Labs ever retires, he'll be lost, and Bjorn thinks we'll all be lost. Yeah, that sounds just about right. Yeah, we would be lost with if a lot of people retired. Hey, this would be lost if a lot of people stopped being involved in Joomla as well. So Michael says there's no hope for him then. Listen, I think Michael's talking about age there. Maybe I'll say this: I'm enjoying my 50s. When I was about to turn 50, I talked to a guy was just about to turn 60, president of our association of churches, and he asked me how old I was. We are considering making this change to working with refugees. No, it wasn't. Yeah, it was probably about that time. And I said I was 50, and he says, "Oh, he says 50 is great. It's such a great time in life." Da, da, da. And he went on, and I realized that yeah, so that's good. So 50 is good. 50s are good. I will say this. I do not have the same natural energy that I had in my 30s and 40s, physically, but also emotionally. I think some of you remember a couple months ago I was super sick. I probably just wrecked my body just from ridiculous hours. I just can't do that anymore. And so with the lack of energy and attention comes the realization that there's only so much you can do. Now, listen, I have seen people who get older and do not get wiser. All right, and so they just keep trying to live till the end of their life like they're in their 30s or 20s or 40s, and that is not good. Um, so yeah, I'm not complaining about getting old. There's no sense complaining about getting older anyways because it's going to happen. So might as well make the most of it, enjoy it, and I am enjoying it. And part of that is just not wiping myself out on things anymore. Live chat here. Let's see. Ivor retired many years ago, but nobody misses him. um, Let's see here. Alex says succession planning doesn't seem to feature in the Joomla community. You found you have found someone to take on your 30 sites in the event of your demise. That's good to have that plan. I have someone who has access to all of my things who will know if I die to be able to help my clients. Um, I did just buy 15 to 20 clients from someone who was retiring back in earlier this year, and that has worked out well. But yeah, we need to have a succession plan, or at least a plan for people to access. One of my succession things is the challenge would be, um, of course, I am the channel, and the channel is very much is very much my style, how I do things and that. So I'm not sure that I'm not sure if I could pass it on to anyone else. But anyways, yeah, it's something definitely we should think about, succession planning. Everybody needs to have a plan of you need to at least someone who has all the passwords or can access everything for your site, for your client sites, right? That's important. And then if you can find someone that would take them over, that would be good too. Yeah. The clients that I bought earlier this year from that company, I paid a multiplier of the yearly income, and then I also paid for the first year paying a percentage to people, a percentage to the former owner of everything I make from the company, and that's working out well. I kind of took on a risk because the challenge is if you take on someone else's clients, they might view that an opportunity to change and go in a different direction. Which, if you're just collecting clients for someone or doing something for them after they retire or pass, then that's fine. But if you're paying money for it, then you don't want to do that. So I would, present it with a case the next again to buy someone's business or clients, I would take each case as it comes along just to see. Uh, Mary says there's a couple of extensions where you could use the free version, but you always pay, and you need. I need these folks to make a living, so I can. Exactly. Yeah. Be happy to pay for extensions if you're able to. I know some people are in a spot that they're not able to. Um, the other day, someone contacted me. They have working on a site. It's a nonprofit, and so whenever anything they buy, they have to buy with their own money. So that can be difficult. But yeah, the best thing. This is what I say about my doctor. My doctor takes care of me. I want to take care of my doctor. So when years ago, I went for a visit, a checkup with him or something, and my doctor was skinny. He was like, he did not look healthy. And I thought, oh boy. And so I asked, I talked to him. I said, hey, are you okay? You've lost a lot of weight. And he said that he had started running, long distance running. I said to him, I said, you're not like writing prescriptions for yourself or something, are you? Not in a judgmental way, but it's this, he cares for me. I want to care for him. And if I take care of him, he'll be able to take care of me. It's not entirely selfish, but it's a kind thing to do. So I'll probably, apply that to extension developers. Let's help them make a living so they keep developing extensions and keep doing the thing that we're making money on. And especially if we're making money from their extensions, then why the heck not support them? And especially, since we're making money off of them. So I think that is good. Imran Ivor says, Michael says Ivor's. Michael is sure that somebody must be missing Ivor. Imran says my thinking is age does not increase with years, but in our minds. Oh, okay. You think that age does not increase in years, but with their minds. And Michael says your back and knees as well. Imran doesn't increase with years, but with our minds. So don't bother and enjoy life and live to the fullest. Exactly. I think we should live to the fullest. Part of living to the fullest, though, is knowing I'm getting to the point where I'm not going to go on the roof of my house anymore because I don't bounce as well as when I fall. Michael Immer says, don't put too much pressure on those two parts at your earliest ages. Oh, yeah, sure. Immer says, go easy on your back and knees when you're younger. Yeah, well, for those of us that I haven't been too hard on my back or knees, but yeah. Chuck's throwing an amen in there. Imran's showing an amen. Oh my goodness, it's turning into a service. Tim, your truth, honesty, integrity will grow your business. Alex has to go for supper. Bye, and thank you. God bless you. Bless you too, Alex. And actually, I've been sitting out here in the sun for an hour in the middle of the day. Chuck's going to go too. Lay some cement and finish his fencing. Chuck, take it easy on your knees and back. That's what Imran says. Yeah, everybody, I think I'm going to wrap that up there too. It's been great hanging out, great talk. And like I said, there won't be a Watch Where You Work live stream next Wednesday. Probably won't be any live stream at all. I'll spend that time with my parents in that last day. There, I also have a friend in my hometown to check out, to go out for lunch with, so I'm going to do that. And Bjorn, thank you. It's a great session, he says. Yes, it was good. I enjoyed it. I always enjoy these. Enjoy spending time with you. Now, for those of you who want to see something funny, you could probably watch me look at my screen because I'm not sure how to end the stream here. This is like the second or third time I've ever streamed from a phone, live stream. So I need to know how to stop this. Oh, it might be the X up at the top here. Ivor says, like some Norwegian singer said in a text, we want to live long. I lost. The text disappeared here. We want to live long, but old we will never be. Here's hoping that we all live long and are never old. All right, I think it's the X up here. Everybody, thanks for. Oh, and Bjorn says yes, so that's good. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your support of this channel. Thanks for your great online friendship here in the community and here on the channel. And so, as usual, I hope that wherever you are, be it morning, afternoon, evening, or tomorrow, that this finds you well. Till the next time, enjoy your Joomla sites and God bless.